and human beings have established orbital and lunar colonies. We here at IDGI have invented a satellite capable of transporting you to this not-so-distant future, and the rest is up to you.
So, hello everyone and welcome to my Mountain of Shame! Today's episode is Consortium. Now, here's the thing about Consortium. I remember when I first saw it. And I always thought it looked incredibly bad. I don't know why, I just always thought it looked incredibly bad. And that might be unfair of me, it probably is. I don't even remember why I thought it was bad, you know? But I just know I never wanted to actually play it. Eventually I actually did get the game. As you can probably tell. I didn't buy it though, I got it for free somewhere. I don't even know where. And essentially, yeah, I have it now. But... Okay, I was gonna say, that shouldn't have frozen, I was just saying video settings. So, I don't really know too much about it besides the screenshots and stuff I've seen. It's a fairly old game now. I'm fairly certain the reason I saw it was because when I first saw it, it was like presented as like this really amazing revolutionary game that would change everything, but it really didn't feel like that, or look like that in any way. So I sort of got a bad taste in my mouth. It was released in 2014 by Interdimensional Games. It's apparently mostly positive, and it does have a sequel, so who knows, maybe I've been unfair to this game this whole time. Maybe not. Either way, it is time to begin looking at for my Mountain of Shame. So if you like what you see, of course you'll be able to find links in the description below, but otherwise, let's just get started with Consortium and see if it's any good. Alright, so what's your Consortium experience level? Wow, this text boxes aren't great. I'm just doing it first time. You're about to activate a temporal rift through space and time, without unprecedented access to an alternate universe version of Earth. In the year 2042, you'll be given the speech and motor control of another human being within this other world. You'll be responsible for altering and improving upon their world's course of actions through informed action. This decision is not to be taken lightly. Everyone you're about to meet is real, and everything you do will affect countless lives and limitless consequences. By pressing agree alone, you're accepting these responsibilities. No, first, you've been given the ability to activate and utilize IDGI satellite. This interface allows control as its primary function. You'll allow you to manipulate 21 packets of negative energy inherently found orbiting our planet, Earth. With the right amount of energy fired from the IDGI and directed towards each packet simultaneously, a technological rift can be opened up, allowing for digital travel from a parallel Earth starting in the year 2042. This process is made partly through the artificial intelligence. The other side of the rift is known as the Consortium King. Each time you begin a new universe, you're in fact splitting the timeline of this alternate world, which will be created using a new instance branch, which can then be further split for your actions or inactions. Every player who purchases Consortium will be doing the same. See, I know it's just a joke and it's just part of the thing, but like, I don't know, I like corny sometimes. This seems always too corny, you know? Any player was, and IDGI monitors and learns from all these connections to become increasingly stronger and better capable of reconstructing finer details. Also, very doubtful. But now, IDGI is a brand new experience we've unlocked largely uncharted territory. We do our best to bring life to the details we find, most importantly to manipulate their world. We'll not exceed the very limited quantum stream bandwidth. Our IDGI builds custom avatars for each and every person you may encounter, giving you a digital representation of what they look like in reality. It also selects all neural hosts and speech patterns based on algorithms from these people and what they say to you. Every object you see in the world is also carefully reconstructed using a low-fidelity source-engine technology. Sometimes when a neutral host takes damage, there is a disruption of quantum stream. You'll see various forms of static and other anomalies occur. It's perfectly normal, nothing to be concerned about. Clearly I'm going to not agree to this, because, like, you know... yeah, no, I didn't think that would work. So I've got to agree, basically. Yeah. It's lagging a little bit there. And it's maybe like, oh yeah, it's lagging because it's loading content. It's like, yeah, it's loading content, or it's lagging because you set the graphics up. It's like, yeah, no, not on my computer. If it doesn't work because of this, I'm gonna say, like, because the graphics thing, I'm gonna say it's probably not the fault of my 2080 Ti. Is this game wanting to be installed in SSD to make its loading time actually decent? I don't know. Sorry, I've really got to stop being mean to a game I haven't actually tried yet. I know I've disliked this game for a while, unfairly perhaps, but we'll see, I suppose. Save your universe state periodically in order to more efficiently explore different threads. Alright, it's first person, that's a board. The Canada Media Fund and IDG. This game just feels so up itself, you know? Presents, yeah. They're repeating the same thing in the background multiple times over.
Now the children are eagerly awaiting the Seeker's arrival. Throughout most of the UK, there will be all officers to mission operations, followed by 20 centimeters of snow. Here at home, we're facing one hell of a storm front. Early this morning at the port of Felixstowe, 21 workers were found dead in a cargo container ship. The ship had initiated auto-docking procedures, and emergency personnel on site reported as finding no survivors aboard.
Let me say nothing.
Opening the door now,
As will
ready or
this.
not.
Nothing further, including cause of death and
Lights.
origin of the vessel, had been
Much
released
better.
by authorities.
Not so sorry to wake you,
And
Bishop.
that's the latest from
We
here in
thought you
London.
should know about our
I'm Malcolm
little
Thomas.
escort.
Escort? Should I be worried?
No, Bishop. There's nothing to worry about. Not unless you're afraid of a couple crummy American F-35s piloted by a group of washed-up mercenaries. A few more bad apples who wish the war never ended. It's just another day in the Consortium.
I feel like the plane technology should have been a little bit more advanced since many time. Anyway, I guess not. It's only 42, I suppose. I mean, but we Americans make the best stuff. Why would anyone wish for war?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Maybe a mission junkie like yourself hasn't noticed. Think about how many heavy-hitting countries, since the resource wars ended, have practically abandoned most, if not all, their military disbursement. Hundreds of thousands of battle-hardened monkeys are being tossed back into the world with little more than a handshake and a thank you. War is all they've ever known.
Yeah. Social programs and military spending. That sounds wonderful. Yes, it does.
I couldn't agree more. Mercenaries be damned. The world has been looking up since the war ended, and in a big way. I think most of us have finally been beaten to submission. To escort us through Bulgaria. It's a long story, but let's just say the leader of this particular crew has a very strong disliking for our way of doing things. He likes to
Okay.
think he's doing the people of Bulgaria a service by pestering us, but really, they're as fed up with him as the K and I are.
Alright, before we go though, why don't you No kidding. Okay. Okay.
We just met 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
This isn't very funny, new guy. But you know, let's see where this goes. My name is Alana Boyle, codename Rook 25. I am your weapons and combat specialist.
If we only just met, doesn't it make sense to try and get, like, yeah.
I'm not going to answer that. What the hell is wrong with you? So let's get you suited up and ready to kick some homeless arse. Here are your basic Consortium tools.
That's deep.
You got your
the
PCU,
dark, sorry.
BUS and assault helmet, all specifically tailored to get you nice and snug.
Uh-huh. Oh good, I can recycle my clothes.
Yes, yes I did. The group we're up against here are unofficially called the Homeless Mercenaries.
Uh-huh.
That's because they're not tough, not even remotely. Oh,
Then
you'll see.
are we the
The kid will
baddies?
stomp this one flat, and you'll witness firsthand how it's done.
I don't know anything else,
Well,
but you know what? Go
yippee-ki-yay,
for it.
Mother Goddess. Aren't you the little eager one?
Yep. Just
You
gonna say
know
nothing.
what? You're acting a little lopsided. Maybe you should go and see Rook 13 in the med bay. I'll tell him you may be coming. It's your choice. Whether or not to go. It's better to be safe, right? We don't want a banged up bishop on our hands.
It'll be fine.
Now, Pawn 7 and I have some CCU maintenance to take care of in the lower crawl. Alright, Bishop. Suit yourself.
Okay, so it says obtain your CMC and mission operations and complete the
Good
Consortium
afternoon,
business
sleepyhead.
training stuff. Or I can look around and see if I can also steal and recycle. Oh, hello.
Yes, Bishop? What can I do for you?
Hey.
And
Let's say
hello
hi.
again to you. Oh, and Merry
To be
Christmas.
fair, I actually do say,
Well now, aren't you the tall, dark, and friendly one?
I often do say hi to people, but anyway. Aw,
You said it, not me. Anyway,
Wow.
if you don't mind, I have to go
this
check
is
in with Rook
accurate
9
to
now.
me.
Hey, and try to avoid Pawn 1 if you want to keep from screaming at someone on your first day.
Okay. You walk out of my way, thank you. Alright, let's just recycle these random... Wow, that feels like a terrible thing to do. Okay. So, essentially, I can just randomly recycle everything. You know what? Screw it. The game wants to give me a recycling system and then say that? Yeah, no, I'm turning everything... turn these on, too. Yep, let's just turn everything on. Yep, there we go. How bad could it be? I'm sure there's no power problems in this ship or water. See, look, someone else already left the water on. This is fantastic. I'm not leading the game, but like, someone else doesn't care as much as I don't care. Ooh, VR training. Yes, sure. I feel like that water would run out very quickly. I almost feel bad about that one. The power, you know, I'm assuming they've got some sort of like fusion power or something. But like the water, that's a little bit, yeah.
Welcome to the introductory Consortium Bishop training scenario.
Sure.
I'm Rook 25, and I'll be your guide for today.
Yep,
Your
there we go.
personal
Jumping.
maintenance unit can store matter in energy.
Picking up.
It has built-in healing and repairing functions. It is also capable of transforming small,
did.
solid matter objects directly into utility energy. You see the floating pieces of junk around the platform. Use your PC
Yep,
to
sure.
convert them directly.
So I don't think the stuff I recycled was actually junk. I think it was actually food and drink and supplies for sure. Okay, let's walk up to the virtual soldier. On second thought, I've got more stuff to suck up. Oh boy, I do so love to suck. I suck so well.
That mean-looking robot is about to shoot you.
Gonna punch you. Nope.
That looked like it hurt. Use utility. Battle utility suit and assault helmet represent your basic combat protection gear.
Oh. Oh. I already had that before, but okay.
If you want to fix damage gear, either
Yep, fixed damage, yeah, there we go.
to auto repair your armor over time, or select individual armor pieces to repair them.
Yep, fantastic. And then we get going.
The Consortium Energy Assault Rifle, or SEER, is your best non-lethal combat solution.
Alright. So I gotta pick up the
Using
energy
primary
rifle.
firing mode, the
Just
SEER
did.
projects a multi-target sonic pulse that can knock down nearly any unshielded enemy.
Okay.
Now incapacitate these virtual bad guys before they hurt the hostages.
I accidentally did it. Look up to prone
After
target
bringing
and
your enemies down, get up
Incapacitate.
close and stick them with nanites to incapacitate them indefinitely. Notice that you can inject multiple targets simultaneously.
I didn't notice that actually. So I'm not killing them, unfortunately. I'm just gonna take all.
The
Take all.
kinetic assault rifle, or CAR, is your alternate combat weapon choice.
See, it's fine.
And unlike the SEER, it does not need utility energy to function and instead requires physical ammunition.
Oh
Go that
no.
one now. Nice work, Bishop. The kinetic assault rifle, or CAR, comes equipped with lethal rounds capable of tearing bad guy shields to shreds. It is also equipped with Consortium issued non-lethal shock
Yeah.
grenade on the target. Use the CAR to either kill or incapacitate. Good luck out there.
This is real. You would have died. And it's like, well, why? How far? Like, okay, can I just point out how unsafe this is? So, I'm gonna put it up, and then that would kill me. So essentially, see? So this is like the worst. Okay, so what if I did this and walked away? That'd be enough? Okay, so I've literally got to use it and then go backwards, or this would kill me. That seems like a really stupid plan. Because what if you had like a rock behind you and you tripped and fell and then suddenly you were covered in death? Like, I can't help but feel like this... Okay. I can't help but feel like perhaps maybe this... Oh, I can die like that maybe? Oh, can I still die? I would love to die right now. Yeah, I feel like that's a really bad weapon design, you know? Like a really god-awful weapon design. So, more importantly, if I go through here again, it backs up the top, and then I can jump back down, right? If I jump back down, will I die? Okay, not yet, not yet. A2. It's okay. Let's keep going down, and let's see what happens if I kill myself. Clearly, it doesn't want me to die. Alright, 77. Fantastic. I wish I could work a way to fall even further. Like, aha! 85 goes down to 56. That's how I get worse. Gotta get more death. Fantastic. 59. Alright, let's keep going. I'm recharging. I'm recharging. Oh god, okay. Then just jump straight down here and... Nope, not far enough. Keep going, keep going. I must die. Must die. Okay. There we go. 42. Keep going, keep going. The game told me I couldn't die here, so you know what? I want to die here. Yeah, there I go. Down to 23. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Death, 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 death. Woo, woo, woo. Come on, death. Ah, 21. I missed. Oh, God. I'm not even good at dying. What is this? Okay, so right here, and we're dead. No, 4. 4. Still 4, and no warning that I would have died. Now, the interesting thing he'll be is, will it say you would have died? Yeah, so that means these silly grenades actually do 100 odd damage on their own. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it, considering how bloody unsafe it is. Yeah, turn off the safety alarms. Fine, let's leave. Alright. So. There we go. Secondary objective added. Speak to Rook 13. Apparently now I want to talk to Rook 2. Because apparently Rook 2 is really bad as job. And honestly... Wait, what? I'm a commanding officer, but I can't get in there. Okay. You go out here? I would love to jump out there. Okay, fine. Alright, let's see if we can find... Do emergency weapons locker. Can I unlock this and kill everyone?
6. Welcome to mission operations.
That's not where I actually want to go. No,
My
I'm not...
sister's going as well. She's never been to the theater before.
Being
Oh,
a
hello.
hologram in the seats, it doesn't really count as going to the theater, does it?
At least it gives her some culture for a change. Something better than the hours she spends in that VR world she calls a life.
Hey now, that VR world makes her happy, no?
I don't know.
I'm trying to find this
feel
Rook
a
2
bit about
person.
life like that. It's not real.
But it's very,
Tell her that.
Yeah, I do appreciate the, well, actually, I do appreciate the size, obviously, but also, it's kind of funny how big this thing is. I don't know how big a real plane is. Well, I do. I've been on planes before, obviously, but not one like this. So, like, I'm pretty sure there are big jumbos that are like this and multiple stories tall. I've never been in a plane like that before. Okay, what's this? Oh, so I can actually open up a shortcut in here, which is a great idea. Okay, let's keep exploring. I really need to find this Rook 2 before...
Do you really want to now? Come back to the call at any second.
Could this be Rook 2? Oh, I hope it's Rook 2.
What kind of treatment?
1, 2.
You've only been here a
There's
month and
1,
you're
4.
already complaining.
She does not need to treat us like ants.
Can't talk to any of them. Okay. That's
Can
kind of
we
disappointing.
just get back to work, please?
Fine. But I will not let her push me around anymore.
Yes, whatever you say.
Okay, that's a little bit concerning. Okay, I'm about ready to give up on trying to find pawn 2. Like, there's a fair number of pawns here. Oh, it actually locked the door after me, apparently.
Just call it a CMC. Hearing Consortium Mind Communicator over and over just gives me a headache. Consortium officers only need to think what we'd like to say to each other, and the CMC will do the rest.
Ah, damn. I'm just gonna be
Loud
real.
and clear.
Yeah.
It'll take some time for you to get used to the feeling, but you'll get it.
Where's pawn 2, damn it.
Well, yes, actually. After a short while, though, it becomes like second nature. I promise.
Wow, I can't even jump down here? Can I jump down here? Yes, I can. Oh, I can break my legs in real life.
Only a month ago, we came across Kirill and his men, exactly
I
as
can't
now.
find pawn 2.
Angelov and Bishop H, your predecessor, got into a fairly violent spitting match. Against my orders, 8 took considerable weapons and shot down 2 of Angelov's men. A week later, he retired.
And this is the first time we've seen Angelov since.
Why is... Oh. Wait, what? Oh, he's going to talk. I see.
Mon Dieu! Bishop, you startled me.
Hi.
Okay, Six. Before you move on to something else, I wanted you to officially meet
I was
Rook
getting a
9,
privacy scene. What are you
Captain
doing
Hudson.
in there?
G'day, B. Glad to
Are
have
you
you here
using
with
the
us.
toilet?
And the name is actually Wade. Just stick to Wade. Lay off the Rook 9 nonsense.
In the brick? Why were you doing that?
Once the boss deals with our friend Angelov here, come and see me in the cockpit. I got some extra rare scotch I've been itching to share with someone.
Okay.
I really miss having someone to drink with.
Wade! Stop right there, please. He's only kidding, Six. Or at least he better be.
So hey, all kidding aside, give me just a few minutes to finish up this diagnostic. Then I'd like to get a look at you in person.
For now, I want you to walk around.
Instead, I'm just gonna go through and apparently steal everyone's stuff and turn to energy that seems to be able to be found everywhere. There we go. So this must be where the rooks are, where their personal belongings are. Where's Rook 2? I want to find his. Utility full. What? Oh, some of these are actually locked. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's not like someone's going to go around and... I can't recycle any more people's stuff. I feel sad about that. Okay, so let's see what pawns we've got here. Okay, we've got 6. We've got 5. Gary. 3, 4. Hello.
Oh, well, hey, the new
Hey, you got
Bishop.
VR.
I have a few minutes
Nice.
to talk if you want. How was your
Yeah,
stay?
sure.
Those bunks up there can be pretty comfortable. They're 60% made of hemp. Canadian
I'd like
hemp.
to
The
try.
best in the world.
Wait, what? Terrible sleep.
I think it's like floating on a cloud. Shelter really went all out on those, like he does with everything. Same with these beds in here. Top class product.
Huh.
David Shelter? Master and commander of the second greatest organization on the planet, Worldview Industries? He founded the Consortium, invented half of your gear. Ha, but you know all that. You were probably just pulling my chain. Good one.
Yeah, no, I'm completely trying to be an asshole here.
Yes, I do. And someone called me mad. Bishop 8 even once tried to kill me about 2 months back. He denies it, of course, and nobody believes me, but I know it's true.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no joke. I was talking with him about how the world has seen a decrease in the number of populations living with a sub-replacement fertility rate. Well, apparently he didn't like what I had to say and pulled his weapon on me. He threatened to kill me if I didn't stop speaking.
Oh, hey, Bishop. I didn't hear you come in.
Wait, what? When did you get in
I have
there?
to get back to work.
What? You weren't there before.
Wait a second, Makai.
How did I not notice
fast.
you before?
Are you coming to the party or not? We're having it before you leave for home, the second we're done in BC. No excuses will be accepted.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. It's nice to meet you.
It's a shame these aren't collectibles. They're just there.
So, Bishop, I was just playing a game with my brother, but he had to go and take care of something. Do you need anything else from me? I'd be happy to chat, at least until my brother gets back.
You know, I'm
Okay,
good.
well, alright. How about we talk about your previous outfit? I heard you fought in some pretty brutal battles. What's it like to kill someone? I hope I never find out. Bishop 8 said it's as natural as drinking water, but I can't believe
I
that.
literally said nothing to this guy, and he's
I'm
simply
sorry,
doing
Bishop. I've got to get back to my game. My brother's back, and we don't have much time to finish this level. We'll talk later, I promise.
I will not look forward to it. Yeah, pawn 13, pawn 51. Surely all the pawns have a space in the ship, right? Oh, hello there.
Bishop 6, welcome to the medical bay.
Oh, you seem nice. Why you
Place is
also...
disastrous. I do apologize.
Oh, come on.
Hello.
Greet our new bishop.
Bishop, it's nice to see you again.
Again, clearly I know this person.
Yes. It is a 32-inch Toshiba from 1995. One of the many televisions I've managed to acquire over the years.
Okay.
The best in
for
my
what
collection
purpose?
is a 3-inch General Electric Octodot from 1928.
Notice he is actually proud of that fact?
Huh.
Your what?
My time, actually.
This is true. Then what are you doing here?
Yes, Bishop, indulge him.
So, you are saying that we are in some sort of pseudo-matrix scenario. Are you Neo?
What is a matrix scenario and who is... Actually, never mind. Don't tell me.
Fascinating. And how did you initiate transport? Some sort of device or vehicle? Maybe a phone booth?
Kieran, you realize he's only kidding around, right?
Excellent. This rift to another dimension is thus created by your satellite, or does the satellite merely utilize something already present in space?
Oh, can we please change the subject now?
IDGI. I recognize that. Good choice. And it is interesting that there are 21 of these packets. I wonder why that is.
Interdimensional games? You really remember them, Kieran? It was before my time, but they had that game, Anti-War. My father used to talk about it all the time. It was one of his favorites.
Uh-huh.
So the connection is made on this end, through the king of the Consortium. I did not expect this turn of events. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
It's not fascinating, it's ridiculous. You're both ridiculous and crazy.
No, Bishop. Alana was telling me you were acting strange earlier. Said you seemed a little mixed up.
No.
If you'll just
Not
step
at all.
over here and lay down.
After all that stuff I just talked to you
Just to
about,
be
you
sure.
completely ignored. Like, wouldn't that make you think? Okay. Never mind.
This would just take a
Don't be
few
afraid,
seconds.
Bishop. It's perfectly harmless. How is that even possible?
I'm not entirely sure. Bishop, you have more simultaneous synapses firing than should be possible. It's as if there are two of you, housed within the same brain.
No, it can't be. You weren't telling the... No.
It would seem to fit, would it not? If he is from another dimension, inhabiting this body, then his brain scan theoretically makes sense.
This must be some kind of prank.
Whatever this is, I'd certainly like to run some more scans from our base in BC. Maybe after your induction ceremony. Now,
Seems entirely reasonable. I'm
got
sure
one
nothing
thing
terrible
to
will
do
happen there at
around
all.
You mean you do? I will return to my command VR, if there's nothing else you need, Bishop.
So... So
Good day,
basically,
Bishop.
though...
It was really nice meeting you.
Hey guys, I think I've got something here. I've been keeping a line open on our two fighter escorts outside, hoping they'd break the silence and speak to Angelov. Well, one of them just did. And, well, you've got to hear this for yourselves. Tell me if you want me to patch the recording through your CMC.
No.
No problem. Alright, V. I'm unlocking my sanctum, cockpit. Come by and say hi.
Really wish I could do something horrible. I don't know what, but that's my timer up, and I've basically just spent the entire time shitting around on the ship. So, you know, maybe I didn't give it the best, the world's like the best chance because I just chat around. But then again, I mean, the ability to sit shit around and explore was actually sizably, you know, reasonable. It's sort of giving me like almost like Elite Force mod level of Star Trek Voyager Elite Force mod level of just randomness to it and what you can do and explore, etc. Now, I don't actually know anything about the gameplay right now. I'm assuming there's some sort of weaponry because there's a whole ship here. You have a hand weapon and you can punch. So I'm assuming it's just a regular first-person shooter. But I guess technically I kind of failed the whole, you know, doing something sort of thing. So, yeah, maybe you'll get further in 30 minutes. You probably will, let's be honest. So if you like what you saw here, you know, pick it up in the link in the description below. I personally, nothing here really caused me to change my mind, and a lot of that might granted be because of my own preconceptions.
Hey, buon pomeriggio, Bishop. Welcome to Global Ops.
But yeah, I'm also kind of pissed we never actually did find Rook, the pawn too, because literally we were told that if we get this guy, we yell at him.
Holographic situation room. It's where you can watch.
I want to know what's actually is bad about this guy.
Oh, hey, boss. I was just telling the bishop about the holidays.
All jokes aside, the Hollow Situation Room is actually for mission briefings and debriefings, usually led by the King or the Queen.
I was getting to that part, I swear I was.
The King or the Queen? Yeah, no, I think I opt out of the monarchy. That's how it works, right? You just opt out of the monarchy. Like, that's what Britain does, right? Right? Anyway. Look, guys, if you like what you saw here, you can go and play it yourself. I personally... I can't bring myself to play more of this. Who knows? If someone, like, says, hey, actually, you should give it a chance more, I might give it more of a chance at a later date. But honestly, it's just so up itself. And I don't know how I feel about that. So... this has been Consortium. I didn't show you much, so I'm sorry about that. I do hope you do like what little you did see, and if you want to pick it up, you will. Personally, I just find the entire concept just a little bit silly. So, thank you for joining me. This has been my Mountain of Shame. I shall see you all next time. And, yeah. Ooh, I wonder if I could die before I end this video. Yeah, let's end this video. Let's end this video by dying. There we go. This is it. This is how we're going to end this video. The new leader wasn't believed when he said, yep, I'm not actually of this world. No one believed him, so guess what? You're about to not have a new bishop. Yep, so this is what's happening now. So sorry guys, if this is a real world, and I am creating a time branch, you would think someone would stop me. And that's the other thing. Like, if you saw someone doing this over and over and over again, and like they would definitely hear me. They would definitely, without a doubt, hear what I'm doing right now. They're not doing anything. It's not a reactive universe. Like, if this was the real world, like, alarms would be going off. They'd be trying to restrain me and stop me from jumping off. They'd get me in psych evaluations like moments later. It'd be fine. But instead, nope, I'm just killing this guy. Because why not? People are probably like, oh yeah, it's a long video. A long video, so you must really like this game. Yeah, you can think that. That's hilarious. That's us. Probably just gonna reload me, but still. Yeah, re-establishing neural nexus. So basically, if I just kept killing people, that's another thing. If I just kept like literally committing suicide over and over again, eventually they'd have to be like, well, actually, we probably shouldn't send this guy on any more missions. Like perhaps, maybe.
All right, V. I've unlocked my sanctum. Cockpit. Come by and say hi.
I'm out.